All right, all right, all right. Hoo-ha, yahoo. Yes, Wayne, I'm loving the energy. I'm loving the energy. It's good to see you today. I hope all is well. It's good to see everybody joining in for Morning Sip with Rev Melissa. And I am Rev Melissa, and Sip is spirit and practice because that is what we do. We practice, we practice, we practice. And there is such wealth in the practice. There is such wealth in the practice, Lindsay, isn't there? Oh my goodness, Vanessa. There is such wealth there. The practice is a gold mine, Tim. It is. It is a gold mine because I have to tell you, we're in this one-off series. I just claimed it, y'all. I just accept that we're in a one-off series this week, Nan. And it is being inspired by my morning practice. By my morning practice. Everything that I'm talking about this week has been inspired through my morning practice, right? So, I talk about the downloads, getting the downloads for the series. So really the downloads for me for this week, because I was focused on, I don't have a series. I don't have a series this week. What's going on? I don't have a series. But no, there's always a series. There's always a series going on. Always, right? It's just being aware, alert, aware that it's always happening, right? We're in the flow. We're in the flow. And so my morning practice is part of that process for me. So on Monday, I talked about, just joy, right? It was like a super joy sip on Monday, right? Sharing about, my girls and my accepting and saying a holy yes to being the new spiritual director at Rockland CSL. It was just all good, right? All the time. So Monday was joy news, and it was on the girls' performance, right? I shared all this wonderfulness on Monday. And then yesterday, we talked about fear and faith, right? And I shared a piece that I wrote that was inspired by Emerson that was called Fear to Faith. Fear to Faith. And so when I was preparing this morning and I was kind of recapping yesterday, I said I had to take a pause because fear to faith, I wrote that in 2012, I believe. And so in CSL and other Christ consciousness like organizations, let's say, there's a process called fear to faith. And it's an amazing process that maybe we'll do one day. So I set an intention to become certified in this fear to faith process. So the overall process is called co-creation, right? And you could go through a curriculum to become certified to facilitate co-creation processes with other centers and organizations. And there are not a lot of people who are certified in it. And there are no people of color who are certified in it. So I decided that I'm going to be that person of color who's going to get certified in it, right? And part of that process, there's many different processes within the co-creation process. And one of the processes is a fear to faith process. I said, look, another dot connected. Another dot connected. That the genesis of it was in 2012. And now we're in 2021. And for me, that's the power of journaling. And that's the power of documentation, if you will, because I have this genealogy of my journey, right? And sometimes we think it takes so long, right? But it it takes as long as it takes. And in the process of it, you're getting everything that you need, right? You're getting everything that you need along the process. And then when you arrive at some point, right? You could reflect and say, look at this. Everything that I went through, the ups, the downs, the trials, the tribulations, the peaks, the valleys, has led me to this moment where I could read a poem, a prayer poem called Fear to Faith, and then connect it to this process of getting certified to teach it. Come on now, y'all. I didn't plan that. I did not plan that, y'all, back in 2012. No, I didn't. And then the other little thing I got, because I also believe that God is funny and he has a sense of humor, is that was in 2012. This year's 2021. So it's the flip, right? It's the flip, right? You get it? 2012, 2021. The 12 and the 21 is the flip. Yes. So I'm like, look at God using numerology. I love it all. I love it all. And 21 is a very powerful number, right? When you put 21 together, you get the number 3, right? The triune, the Trinity. Yes. And what do I say about my ministry of joy? It's my triune. It's my triune. All right, y'all. So everything I just said right then and there, I had no plans of saying that. But this is what flow looks like. This is what being open to the flow looks like, y'all. All right. So we're going to continue the one-off series, which was inspired by my morning practice today, and specifically my inspirational reading from 365 Days of Richer Living. And so this is what I want to share, just a snippet of it that got me going. So it's titled, I Simplify My Understanding of God. And there's an opening quote from Emerson. Whenever a mind is simple and receives a divine wisdom, old things pass away. Means teachers, texts, temples fall. It lives now and absorbs past and future into the present hours. So I take that to mean, because Emerson can be very deep and like, what? I just take that to mean that everything from the past, everything from the future, we can use right now, right? It ain't complicated. It's simple. Use it all. We use it all. Yes? All right. So this is what Ernest Holmes and Raymond Charles Barker wrote for today. Today, I am alive as a creative soul, and I will so live that today the action of truth shines forth through the works of my thinking and the words of my mouth. The divine is a perfect simplicity. Life flows through me. Love seeks an outlet from me, and power is mine to use as I select. I am not dependent upon theological beliefs. God and I are one process, one life, and one joyous spirit. I am in the spirit, and the spirit's mind indwells me and inspires me at every moment. I have an invisible church in my consciousness, and in it, I silently acknowledge the beauty of my present life in God. The inner altar of truth feeds me with a living bread of ideas and its vital wine of creative action. So 2 things got me when I read this morning. God and I are one process. Oh, let that sink in. God and I are one process. And then the other thing was, I have an invisible church in my consciousness. Now, when I read an invisible church in my consciousness, It was on, y'all. It was on when I read that. Because think about it. We all do. We all have an invisible church in our consciousness, right? So it made me think about when I was growing up and I went to a physical church, right? I went to Antioch Church of God in Christ. Shout out to Antioch, right? Yes, Kojic. Yes, in the house. Yes, all that, right? And that physical church, that visible church became the consciousness of my invisible church in my consciousness. It did, right? And I've shared, and I'm not bashing Kojic at all, y'all, right? But there was a collective consciousness about God, right? And the collective consciousness about God was very judgy. So very judgy God, right? There was a sense of separation, right? There was this belief that, you have your joy in the thereafter, right? That, you suffer now, but you get all the glory later on, right? That was the teachings, not all of it, but a big portion of it. As a child, that left an impression in my consciousness. So even when I wasn't in the physical church, I still carried that consciousness of that church. It became my invisible church of my consciousness. So I'm going about my day and I would do something, right? I just remembered a story, y'all. Here's a little story. So Vanessa. So Vanessa's my sis cousin, right? Vanessa's mother and my mother are twins. So we had we shared in this experience. Okay. All right. So she's my amen corner. So I remember my aunt took me and maybe some of my cousins. I'm not sure, Vanessa, if you was there or not, to the movies. So one of the things about Kojic, it's very strict. It has a lot of rules, right? Can't wear nail polish. Maybe you can get your ear pierced, maybe not. Can't wear makeup unless you're an adult. Could not wear pants, right? Right? You had to wear dresses, right? So, there was so much. Couldn't curse, right? Couldn't drink, couldn't smoke. It was a lot of things you couldn't do, right? And all because the Bible said, right? When somebody said, the pastor said, you'll need to check that, okay? Anyway, so my aunt and my family was they weren't strict with all the rules, right? But it was frowned upon in the church consciousness, okay? It was frowned upon in the church consciousness. So we did have our ears pierced, but you couldn't wear no dangly, fabulous jewelry, unless you were an adult. It was Jaws, Vanessa. So our aunt took us to see Jaws. And it was a great movie. I was terrified. In the theater that we saw it at, there was an elevated train right there, right? Remember the movie theater if you're from the Bronx, there was a movie theater right there on 174th Street by the train station. And so we're in the movie theater. We're watching this movie, right? See, Vanessa was at camp, y'all. Vanessa was at camp. And she said I was at camp and terrified. Yeah, swimming in that lake, taking a shark in a lake. Sharks don't go in lakes. Anyway. So we're in the movie theater. We're watching Jaws, which is a sin. Right? Jaws is a sin. Because there's all kind of naughtiness going on in Jaws with the teenagers, fornicating and, all kinds of sinful behavior going on that I was not supposed to be watching, but my aunt took us to see it. And so having that collective consciousness of the church, right? That invisible church, watching this movie, the theater started to vibrate. And I was like, oh my God, it is the coming of Jesus. And here I am in this movie theater watching this sinful movie, and Jesus is returning right now, and I ain't gonna go. I'm not gonna go. He gonna leave me here. What it was the train going by, and the vibration from the train going by was vibrating the building, the movie theater, right? But I was terrified. I was more terrified about missing the second coming of Christ than yours, right? So the consciousness, right, is powerful, right? So we all have this invisible church of consciousness. What is yours? What is yours? Right? What is yours? Do you have a invisible church of consciousness that is ministering to you, that God and I are one process, that all things are working together for your good, that all is well, that I'm already victorious now? What is your invisible church of consciousness? It's time to check it, y'all. Is it judgy? Is it telling you that everything you do is not quite up to par? What is it? Because it's time to get a new religion. Hey, yes, it is. It's time to get a new religion, right? A consciousness of love, a consciousness of joy, a consciousness of that quality that we are all embodying and embracing for 2021. Y'all, I'm not going to forget, y'all, just because I don't talk about it every single day with y'all. Your quality of 2021. What is your quality of spirit that you are working with? Is that part of your invisible church? The abundance, the bliss, the joy, the connection, the expansion, the inspiration, the love. Is it part of your consciousness of your invisible church? Check it out. Check it out. All right, y'all. So that's what I got for you today. And that's for your morning practice, y'all. Your morning practice is part of your invisible church. Oh, yes, it is. You got to get it in every day. Every day. Yes, yes, yes. All right, y'all. So I am Rev Melissa, and I am an ordained interfaith minister. I am a religious science practitioner, and I am a licensed life coach. I call it purpose coach. And as you know, I'm adding to that. I am the spiritual director of Rockland CSL. Oh, yes. I'm just still claiming it as a triune. I know it's 4 things. I said it's a triune of my ministry of joy. Yes, it is. And it is my invisible church. It goes wherever I go, and I go wherever it goes. We are one. God and I are one process. Yes, 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 yes. So don't be scared. Don't be scared. All right, y'all. All right. Yes, yes, yes. All right. So let's get into some joy news. Let's get into some joy news. So yesterday, y'all, was quite a day in the Nobles household. Yes, it was. It was my girls, my sugars, I call them, prom, their 8th grade prom. They are graduating from middle school. My girls have been together in the same class. So you'll know they're twins. So they've been together all their life. But they have been in the same class from nursery to the 8th grade together. That's a lot. They're about to go to high school. Not only are they going to be in separate classes, they're going to be in separate schools. Separate schools, y'all. So, mama here is having a time with that, but it's going to be good. It's good. It's good. It's good. So last night was their prom. We had a 3-hour cruise around Manhattan. It was beautiful. I have a picture I want to show you all there. My girls Aria's there with the beautiful blue, and that's Zola with the green, out on the deck, just loving life. Just loving life. Look at them. Look at them. Yes, 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 yes. So that was yesterday. We had a great time. And then we continue the celebration. Thank you, Vanessa. We continue the celebration with Marco's birthday today. Today is my husband's birthday. And so I surprised him with some Prince stuff, something that he really loved from Prince. And so I surprised him with that today. So we're celebrating all week long because tomorrow is their graduation, my girl's graduation. Marco's mom is up here from North Carolina to join in the celebrating. So we are just so blessed, and I am just so grateful. Yes, Vanessa, I'll tell Marco. So yes. So that's some joy news right there, y'all. And then we continue. It's just a continuation because on Friday, we are meditating with the full moon at 4 a.m. Eastern time. Oh, it's going to be good. It's a strawberry moon. So please register. The registration is open. You can go to Eventbrite. You could go to my page and get the information you need to register. Once you register, you'll receive the Zoom link. So just look out for the email from Eventbrite. Okay? So join Friday. We do a full-blown spiritual practice. Vanessa, I see you, girl. Yes, Vanessa's going to be here on Monday. I'll see her next week. Oh, yes. So much to celebrate in June. June is runner-up. Because you'll know how I wrote for October, my birthday month. But June is a runner-up. Oh, yes, it is in the celebration categories. Thank you, Lindsay. So we get together. We do our meditation. We do a full spiritual practice. And we get to be together and get to know each other, differently than we do here. Yeah, we get to see each other. It's a wonderful time. Then on Sunday, Living Life in Joy. We continue the celebration. That's our last Sunday for celebrating Black Music Month, which has been curated by my husband, Marco Nobles. Please support the independent music industry. You can do so by tuning into rhythmandsoulradio.com. It's my husband's 24-hour internet station where you will hear music you ain't never heard before, and it's all good. It's all good. All right. So this Sunday, the guest is Allison Williams, y'all. Oh, we're closing it out with a bang. Allison Williams is our special guest. She's saying, you know the song, Just Call My Name and I'll Come Running. You know that song? Allison Williams. Yes. So Sunday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern time, right here on New Thought Media Network. And you still have time to check out my girls' performance. So the information is on my page. They're performing with New Beginnings Performing Arts Studio. It's called I Am, and you can watch it all week long. Yes, there's one of the promos. There's Zola, there's Aria. You can watch it through June 26th at 6 p.m. That's the last time you'll be able to access the virtual screening of that. Okay? All right. So I want to remind everybody that the other thing we are celebrating in June is Sekou Wrights for his birthday. And he has a movement going on, a movement to move or something like that. Because did you change the name again? We'll find out.
I just keep adding words. I just keep adding words to it. It became spontaneously a movement of movement.
Okay.
We're talking about it as a movement of movement. So yeah.
There we go. So, bam, right? We got a sock drive going on. There's Nan rocking her Joy, Joy, Joy socks. So please make a purchase, your Joy, Joy, Joy socks, your hero socks. And because we're supporting organizations who provide services to the unhoused. So 100% of the proceeds of the Joy, Joy, Joy socks will go to the Hero Ministry. It will go to the Hero Ministry, and Sekou will make that donation to the organizations who provide services to the unhoused. I hesitated.
Yeah, me too. Me too. On my show earlier this morning, I was like, I said hero hood. It's bigger than hoodies now. That's the point. It's bigger than hoodies. We got socks. We got T-shirts. We got so many things. And I think I'm going to go with you. I think I'm going to call it a hero ministry.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, it feels like, you know, it is of service. And that's the whole point, being of service. And also selfishly working with this community has been very beneficial to me in that it connects me with gratitude in such a strong way, such an impactful way. It makes it almost impossible to be concerned with the little things that used to bother me. Yeah. Because they're so grateful for the smallest things. Yeah. You know, it just rewires the way you think, honestly. So if you want to contribute through this, great. And if you want to contribute in person, if you want to go on some hero drops with me, I'd be happy to have you. You won't regret it. Yes, yes. One of our guests for Living Life in Joy, July 18th, is Jay White. Jay White, yeah, the founder of Project Love Strong. Yes. He's also from New York. We've kind of connected because our energies are very, very much go, set, ready. And she came to Nashville and she saw people pitching tents under the underpasses. And she thought, oh, that's how they camp out in Nashville. That's how they camp. And she didn't realize that those were homeless folks and those are encampments. And she was like, no one's doing anything about it. And she decided to do something about it. Yes. And I learned all of that after my experience volunteering at First Baptist Church, Capitol Hill. Shout out to First Baptist, working with the unhoused through them and how that shifted my consciousness. And then I started looking for other people to work with. And that became Jay White and Project Love Strong. She was on the show before. Yes. She did a great job. And she'll be on the show again on the 18th. And also, that is a prelude to her event. On the 24th of July, she has her 3rd annual Tees and Tea event. That's an event where she gives T-shirts to the unhoused. And so my whole thing right now is raising awareness of that event. I'm also selling T-shirts because it's a go-go. You get one for yourself and then I give one to that movement. So my plan is to show up for that event with a stack of T-shirts and a stack of socks, brand new T-shirts, brand new socks that I can give to the unhoused. So I'd appreciate any support. Yes, yes, yes. That's how we're rolling, y'all. We're activated. Congregation of Joy, we are activated. So please go to Give Hero. Oh, say cool. You have to change that. That's what I said on my show earlier today. Because I put it up on the screen and I was like, oh, I have to change the website now. I got to change everything. I got to change everything. It's bigger now. It's bigger. Yes. So for now, GiveHeroHoodies.com. It'll be something else next week. Wonderful, wonderful. And Joy socks, you can get them at I Am Red Melissa Etsy store, and 100% of the proceeds will go to this sock drive to support the unhoused. Again, a shout out to Lindsay, Simone, and my mom for already making your purchase for June. So please do it this month because Jay's event is next month and we want her to have what she needs. All right. All right, y'all. So I will see you tomorrow. Big day tomorrow in the Nobles household, graduation day. And another reason why tomorrow is a big day, because tomorrow is Sekou's birthday. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And so we're going to celebrate that. And okay. Vanessa says she is doing the socks now. All right, Vanessa, thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, everybody, join Vanessa in doing the socks now, right? Get it in now, y'all. And I will see you tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. Please donate to the New Thought Media Network. You can do so at ntmedia.org. They are putting that vibration of love, joy, upliftment, positivity out there through the programming, through their network. So please support them also. All right, y'all. So what are we doing? Peace and blessings. That's where we at. Peace and blessings, peace and justice. We're living life in joy,
connected to our yes.